take a seat beside me. Let's go on a memory trip. Do you remember Del Mar Fair? How you got mad at me? And do you remember what happened that same night out in the parking lot? Speaking of parking lots, do you remember when you left me planted in the parking lot of a McDonald's? Do you remember those lonely nights after Hemet I moved to Washington? Do you remember how we spoke on Skype, wishing we were together again? Do you remember when I went back to California for a weekend? And how you cried the night before I had to leave again? Do you remember how you moved up to Washington even after I said not yet? You didn't say if I was ready, you told me to be ready. Do you remember when we all moved back? Lived in a hotel for months. Do you remember when we would speak on our pasts? Do you remember when I bought you your first ring from the pawn shop on 2nd Street? Do you remember when we were at Guitar Center and I was playing the piano? And how you would cry listening to me? Do you remember when we would drive out to Indio for church on Sunday mornings? Do you remember our first time when we got drunk? And how we fell asleep in your car. I remember I would record these songs on my phone. They sounded shitty, but they came from my heart. I remember how on my lowest you were the only one who was by my side. I remember the shine in your eyes when you would talk about me. I remember when the bitches would come around and you would push them away, metaphorically speaking, of course. But I remember how I would give up and how you would remain strong, keep the bond alive and strong. I remember every fuck up of mine and how I would never accept it. I remember the insecurity I brought you when I was drifting apart. But above it all, I remember how even with my faults and defects, you still remain the same, still loving me.